there's a lot of controversy about this tweet from the Daily Lab. Hooters is shutting down and rebranding after a new study shows that millennials aren't that into boobs. This tweet sparked a lot of responses of people saying, well, I don't go to Hooters because their wings are terribly overpriced. I don't support the objectification of women. The food quality is just bad. I don't want to go and be in the company of very weak incel men. But then Hooters cleared things up and they said, you know what? Actually, we are not going out of business. Their words precisely were, this is the fakest news that has ever newsed. And that is from Hootie, the owl who represents Hooters. So it wasn't just the Daily Lab who reported on this. You can see Complex also reported on this. Many people weighed in, including Wall Street Silver, who said this was example number 475, who's counting, of something that went terribly wrong with the millennial generation, that we don't like boobs. But then our savior, Elon, weighed in, and Elon said, can't tell if satire or real. The one time Elon said something that I agree with. Hooters asked Elon to clear things up. They said, Elon, if you could let the world know that millennials do in fact love boobs, that would be really cool. And Elon did that by saying, phew. So we have some more on this, but first I wanna bring you all in. What do you make of this whole Hooters controversy?
Okay, so I'm from the old school, and I remember when Hooters used to pretend that it wasn't about the boobs. So you guys might not even remember that, but they would gaslight all of us and be like, what do you mean? It's about the wings. No, Hooters was the Hootie the owl. Why? What did you think it meant, right? No, of course, we see the outfits. Okay, so, but finally, this is like WWF back in the old days, finally going, yeah, okay, fine, wrestling's fake. We're going to WWE. Okay, so that I just want to get that out of the way, get it out of my system, okay? Now, I don't have a problem with Hooters. I've been to Hooters, I've enjoyed Hooters, and I like wings, okay? So now having said that, wait, I thought the right wing was up in arms over sexually explicit stuff and exposing kids to it. I mean, I'm sure the kids are not allowed at Hooters, right? Oh, they are? Oh my God. I'm sure the right wing is just apoplectic. It's so weird that Elon Musk, the right winger, seems to be supporting the sexually explicit material that kids are exposed to every day. Bet it looks like maybe they were just saying that stuff to target LGBTQ folks and never meant a word of it.
Yeah, and okay, this is so funny. Right, if millennials didn't like boobs so much, why would I take hormones every day to grow them myself? Okay, explain this, okay? It's so hilarious. But look, okay, as you know, the communist millennial, I do have to chip in and say, yeah, there's issues with Hooters with misogyny among the management, and there's issue with misogyny among the people that go there, right? Which is why I think all the Hooters employees should unionize, right? And establish strict guidelines and rules for allowing them to kick out patrons whenever they cross the line or go too far, harass them, et cetera, et cetera. And so that, I guess, is the issue with Hooters isn't necessarily the idea of going to a restaurant where the whole purpose is to have people that are a little bit more risque in their clothing. The issue is the imbalance of power between the workers and the management, and the way that customer service workers across the board are treated in the United States of America. But good news is that millennials do actually still love boobs.
Yes, it's true. And Hooters, they said this on Twitter. I think it's real that they're not closing down. They said to the Associated Press, there's no, validity to the reports of rebranding. The spokesperson said the Hooters brand, which includes pub food and waitresses with limited clothing, is here to stay. So it's real. Elon getting involved, I think, is interesting because of what Cenk said about the right, including Elon's position on sex. Let's watch this clip of Elon.
Massive amount of thinking, truly stupendous amount of thinking, has gone into sex. Without purpose, without procreation, which is actually quite a silly action in the absence of procreation.
So Elon's not a big sex guy, but he's relieved that Hooters is staying open because boobs are good. They're not serving breast milk at Hooters. This has nothing to do with procreation. Elon is someone who will say things for the sake of his political ideology when he's doing these interviews because he's supporting this idea that we need to repopulate the earth. When he says that, he means, white Western nations. He's someone who has fed a lot into the great replacement theory rhetoric, but then he's gonna say something on Twitter to get his fanboys to like him, like boobs are good, despite saying things like sex is only an act that should be used for procreation. The hypocrisy there is on full display, so we have to show that clip. Cenk?
Yeah, I mean, when he says it's only for procreation, that's just another way of saying I don't like people in the LGBTQ community, right? That's the only time that he has reached conclusion is for procreation in his entire life. Come on. If that's true, I feel super sad for him. That's like the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay, but all right, have at it, Oz, but I don't believe you. I mean, he's a giant liar. Like almost everybody in the right wing is liars. Oh, we're so worried about the children. Oh, boobs, give me more boobs at Hooters. Come on, who are you kidding? All you rednecks out there, were you offended by the use of the word redneck? Okay, you love going to Hooters. You bring your kids to Hooters. You don't mind any of it. You just love the idea of hating someone that isn't you. Just keep it real. Now, having said that, let's get to a more controversial part of the conversation because the right wing being giant hypocrites are most obvious thing in the world. I have no problem with going to a Hooters, but you guys are more left wing than I am. So Ben, would you not go to a Hooters based on the things that you were mentioning, like the misogyny, et cetera, and the imbalance of power?
I mean, I personally wouldn't, just because like it's not really like my kind of like environment, I guess. But I'm the type of person that I would never really go to a strip club either. So that's just not my style. I'm very I'm a Midwestern gal, okay, with Midwestern sensibilities, okay. So that's kind of where I'm at. But like, it's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like if Hooters was a co-op, or if like they were unionized and they had like strong protections and rules in place that were put there, by the workers, yeah, there wouldn't be an issue with it. The problem is that, the people that go to Hooters, right, that a significant percentage of them end up being the same type of people that scream at like customer service representatives, and those people also end up sexually harassing a lot of the wait staff at places like Hooters. And so that's the problem. The problem in our society is misogyny, right? It's not that people are serving food in a scantily clad, sort of like outfit. The issue really is just the misogyny of it all.
Yeah, but Ben, look, let's be fair then, because you're not really interested in what Hooters is serving, or strip clubs in general. But like Chippendales, you wouldn't go to Chippendales? Is that also a problem or no?
No, it's the environment, right? Like, I mean, I'm a lesbian, right? Like I'm all about the ladies. It's just it's just like the type of environment. It's just the type of environment. But like I'm not a big person with like crowds and stuff like that, or like, as for other people, it's not for me, right? To steal, a quote from Ben Mankiewicz.
Yeah, okay, you're right, and I forgot that you were lesbian. That's true. So I'm just trying to find someone to go, come on, yeah, you're right, Cenk. That's all good, but no, I'm not getting it. Jessica, how about you?
Okay, so I'm not a fan of like how the objectification of women has been commodified, but I don't know how to say this without sounding like a complete savage. So as a queer woman, I won't go to a place like Hooters because the idea that I would have to pay to be in the presence of attractive women, it doesn't sit right with me. Like I feel like I could get attractive women if I wanted to be around them for, less than $50 wings. Like I don't have to pay a premium for that, which I don't know if that makes me like a worse brand of alpha than even Andrew Tate, but yeah, I just think that's why I want to go.
Yeah. I'm always thinking of Jessica Burbank and Andrew Tate in the same sentence.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and yeah, by the way, I do also genuinely like the wings. No one believes it. I know, but I do.
Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.